T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. A moment I've been waiting for months. The Hasbro Pulse War for Cybertron Trilogy Generation selects Deluxe Centurion drone, which is Earthrise number 33, as we can see, designated by the E. So you don't have to worry about where in the trilogy he falls. But basically, it's him in a box full of accessories. Yeah, a box full of accessories. This is the main thing I wanted. So if you ordered early, this was listed for 20 bucks instead of 30, and you win, because this box with him and these accessories is heavy, and these are things that probably should have came with a lot of these figures in the first place, but I got them. I got the $10 off, which means I got basically these for free, or however I want to look at it. The drone is cool. I didn't open it yet. I know what to expect. I have 2 figures representing that character already. I'll show it off just to be thorough, but yeah, who cares? Let's get some of the negative stuff out of the way first. These accessories are cool, but a lot of them aren't painted. This is supposed to be a shockwave blaster. And waffles is another thing you're going to be seeing. That's a reoccurring theme, but this is Shockwave's blaster. If they could have coated it in purple, I don't care if it was all purple, that would have been good, but here we are. Even make it like this color right there. But pow pow pow, he can shoot himself. And yes, blast effects compatible. Poof, poof, poof. Next up, when you get your Unicron, they give you this microscopic Optimus Prime that you didn't even notice until I said something. Here he is. It's a little tiny speck of plastic. This stuff comes in a little plastic baggie. When you open this, he will fall out of that plastic baggie, and you will not have even noticed. It is tiny. Next up, we get Bumblebee's blaster right here for whenever Bumblebee shows up. But I do have Legends Bumblebee, as you just saw. Will this even fit? Yeah, there we go. So, yay. Legends Bumblebee has a gun now. Pow, 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 pow. Do your blast effects fit? Do your blast effects fit? Yes, they do. Do they fit on the back? Because he has a little nub back there. Yes, they do. So he can shoot in both directions. It can backfire on him. Trailbreaker hasn't been released, so Wheeljack is somebody that will have an expandable radar disc coming out of their back. But yeah, looks like that. Is this random Autobot gun? I'm not sure who it goes to. So it's going to Wheeljack right now because he needs a gun. Not so random. Ironhide used a drill gun like this before, and I believe Sideswipe, so whoever you wanted to give this to, hollow on the bottom, and has a blast port right there. Peg. Here's Thundercracker holding one of the Energon cubes. The bubble design in there is purposeful, and like the trend, it's hollow on the bottom, and I believe there was supposed to be a 5mm peg sticking out of this hole right there, but they did not include that. That would have made this easier for them to hold. Why do I say this? Because look at this in the packaging. They show all the accessories, and they have pegs right there. And so you can see that right here. This is a half full Energon cube. Let me do it this way, because you see the dripping down. So you can have somebody holding it looking like they're drinking. Or maybe it's this way. I don't know. Here we have a black cage that has a lock on it right here. It splits in half in the center. It's made out of transparent plastic, which is definitely scary. You can stick your ravage in there, cover this back up, and it is kind of difficult, to be honest, to line these pegs up and scary because this is, once again, transparent plastic. But here we are. Ravage fits in there perfectly. They have 5mm ports on the top and bottom. So maybe Ravage is communicating through the cage. I don't know why he didn't do that in the show. Pretty sure he has that capability, but maybe not. Then we have these lovelies right there. 5mm pegs, handles, and whatnot. But this is Megatron in gun mode, and yes, this comes off right here. So you can put blast effects on here. It's all one piece with the scope painted black. And this is the black scope, which can also shoot right there. So this is really cool if you're collecting G.I. Joe. But, of course, the Transformers can hold it. But this is way more interesting. Right here, we have Destro with Reflector. He is, or it's, detailed but not painted, unfortunately. Hollow from the back. Now, I brought Earthrise Thundercracker in here to hold this thing. But the articulation on Earthrise Seeker sucks. So there you are with the Siege Thundercracker. And here is Soundwave. Soundwave's only paintwork on him is black and some blue. Hollow from the back. So yeah, no yellow detail on the tape deck thing. Here's the detail on the top. You can see where his head would be. Yeah, good replica. I guess this would be more like the Masterpiece Soundwave because it's so thick from the side. But yeah, Soundwave has one of those little ports on the bottom, so you could peg it to one of the blast ports, and somebody can pretend to be holding it and listening to tunes like a boombox, even though it's not a boombox. And there's more. This Mace right here has a Decepticon logo, solid piece up until here where it's two pieces screwed together. I'm shocked they went with screws. This peg must be extremely huge. I have so much difficulty getting that into his hand. I asked Extra Zero to try his Earthrise Megatron, and he said it's really scary on there too because this is clear plastic. Transparent plastic is notorious for being easy to break, and he has these weak wrists. I don't know if the Earthrise ones go in, but yeah, getting that in his hand is tough and scary to get out. How I'm getting it out is holding this like steel and just wiggling that back and forth. I cannot get it into his right hand to save my life. I'd imagine if you put it in the right hand, the hand would be totally covered and you just see this black panel right there, but I cannot get it in that hand, and like I said, it's scary. So I'm not going to force that in there. Now we're entering the home stretch. Here's Optimus Prime, like he should have come in the first place for $50. Because this trailer is not that big or substantial like I complained. Yeah, it's grown on me and I like it, and he's been pretty much in this mode for months. But down here, I wedged this under there. It's not supposed to go in there. And it can't, with the other accessories in there, it can't comfortably fit on the inside. But this is Sideswipe's jetpack. Not painted red, unfortunately. You got to do that yourself. But it's shaped in such a way that you can put this bottom peg there. And it can fit perfectly over his windshield. And in his car mode, it can fit on there too. So now Sideswipe can have his jetpack, or you can just keep it with Optimus, since Optimus is the main person using this anyway. And the gray is a slightly different gray than the trailer. But inside of this trailer, I put the last few accessories that he should have come with in the first place. They give you this optional ion blaster right here, which is cool, but it is humongous. I'll show that off with him in robot mode, but no, let's just look at it now. It is very nice. It has no waffle effect. It is super substantial. This is probably the best weapon in here. It looks to be painted solid. It's painted all black because inside of there I can see the gray plastic. So that's a nice paint job. And of course you can attach effects. Here's the gun he comes with, which looks nothing like his iconic gun. It's not as big, but this is incredibly too big, to be honest. If you still have Power to Prime's Optimus, it works with him perfectly. I don't feel like bringing him back in here, but here's some footage of me using it with MP44. It's literally a millimeter shorter than the official MP44 gun. Close to the last thing. This roller was probably designed to go in here the whole time. This peg has absolutely nothing to do, and you're like, what's that peg for? This has a little peg hole right there, which should have been fully enclosed because it's just a suggested point right here. It does not stay there well, but here he is. This is gray plastic, but the wheels are transparent. And what's scary about that is one of these little clip-on wheels that's already cracked right there, because there are 3, but I only see 2 right there. So yikes already. But it rolls like it should. Can roll out of there. The seats, oh, this thing is so dark. Here we go. Covered in paint, that's the good part. The wheels are also painted because it doesn't look to be smoky black. It looks to be transparent, but black on top. There's no foot room in there for any type of thing. Naturally, just like MP44, you can pull this out and attach the little drone on top of him, and it can roll around by itself. You can peg the trailer into roller, and roller can pull the trailer, just like MP44. You can port Prime's gun in there, and you can put 2 blast effects on the back. Cool. Last couple of things for me to show. You can put this in Prime's hand, and now he has the axe. Unfortunately, you can see his hand clears there, right there. So it only looks good from one side. Here he is with this blaster, which is entirely too big for him. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this. The bad thing about the MP44 is because of the way it's designed, it can't go all the way down so the finger can touch that trigger slot right there. So yeah, the gun is humongous. And this Optimus Prime, the articulation is good, but the arms kind of suck compared to Transformers Siege, to be honest. Here's the axe in the Siege Prime's hand, and here we go with this. See, here's what I mean. The biceps are way longer, and I showed this off on the review, but the biceps are way longer, which makes his arms look better. I hate when a figure bends the elbow and the whole bicep just disappears. But let's see him with this big gun. These pegs are too big. I have to do this for everybody, not just that Megatron accessory. But this pose right here is damn near impossible to do with this guy, to be honest. But with that, I believe that's all the friggin' accessories. The last thing to show off is the drone. Actually, I'm jumping the gun. There is one more thing I need to show. I need to show this backpack on Optimus. His back has to be completely straight because unlike Sideswipe, this peg goes into that empty gap and this goes onto his back. So here we are with this. And I didn't show blast effects fitting in there. So if you're curious about this guy, the pegs are off center. So yeah, I've reviewed this mold twice. I do like this color scheme. It doesn't appear, if this is just, I think this is just plastic because I see the paint on top of it. But the color of the plastic looks painted almost. So that's good. I like the red accent. So this is a nice retool or repaint, not retool, repaint of Brunt. If you need to see how this thing transforms, look up T-Man978 Brunt chill review, because I'm not showing off the transformations. But to remind you, the head, it doesn't move in this mode, but it can rotate completely around, has hollowness in the back of it. Looks like it has one eye like an old school robot. It has some soft ratcheting points right there when you do that. The arms go out to the side, does this. The joints appear to be freaking tight so far. The hand does this. It does not have wrist due to the design. It can do this. It can tilt back a little bit at the waist due to transformation, but actually the head stays in the same place, so there's that. This does that, goes back, rotates, bends right there, rotates, ankle pivot. And due to the nature of his transformation and his ability, he pops apart with the greatest of ease. So yeah, it's designed to do that on purpose. Even though, oh yeah, this gun is, they want it on the back, but you can put it on the arm and you can stuff it into the finger like that if you want them to have a gun hand. So choo choo choo. And of course, since he comes with all these accessories, they're designed to go with other robots, but of course you could just use them with him. Maybe he has radar dishes, and this plastic seems to be a different color than anything on him. Let's see if he can hold the ion blaster. Not really. The head can actually go back. That joint is crazy tight. Here is the drone's main alternate mode. Basically, Cybertronian tank. This can lift up like that, and it can rotate all the way around. But yeah, his head is always peeking out. But Cybertronian drone, what you gonna do? There's an exhaust port right there, and of course it can fire out the front if you have these blast effects from Siege. Yeah, if you don't want this up there, you can put the gun here or anywhere else you see ports. Oh yeah, since the drone is a weaponizer, here is one of the configurations they suggest that it can be in. The over-the-shoulder cannon, the cannon on the arm, shield, and the boots that I guess makes them stomp better. I don't know what they do. Make them taller. And here's the last thing I'm going to show off. This is the secondary or the last suggested orientation. But this thing pops off as tons of ports. You can do whatever you want, to be honest. You can make him have like one big cannon on his back and put these arms somewhere on the shoulders. You could do whatever. But as a whole, this robot is great. I was sounding uninterested because I own this mold. This is the third time I'll own this mold. But it's still a good figure. And the accessories, especially for the price I got this at, the accessories are good. I wish some of them didn't have hollowness in the back of it, and I wish they were painted, but that they're still good. I can't complain about it too much. I was hoping I would focus, but it didn't. But Inception, Reflector or Refractor with a refractor. So there you go with that. This is a good set. I'm satisfied with it. I'm happy. You can do stuff like this if you want. And of course, stuff like Magic Square, Ravage can fit in there and whatnot. Or Probably a bunch of those characters can fit inside of that cage. So it's all awesome. Can't complain. Thank you for watching this. T-Man978 out of here. It has one of the little blast ports on the bottom of it. So you could peg it to one of those. Come on, don't make me look crazy. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit. Go ahead and click that shit. If you did, you would like it. Really click that shit. Now I'm freaking gone.